A recorder is composed of 3 hollow sections made of a lightweight hardwood, such as boxwood. Crafting one section at a time, they find a portion free of cracks, knots, and other faults, then cut away the surrounding wood using a bandsaw. They measure the block's diameter to ensure it's large enough. Then they carefully mark and drill through the midpoint in order to mount the block on a lathe. Precision is critical. The block must be perfectly centered as they round it into a cylinder. Next, they use a large drill to widen the inside hole, known as the bore. They enlarge it enough to insert a tool called a reamer. Then they ream the bore to the final diameter, which varies according to the size of the recorder. The bore tapers slightly toward the bottom of the instrument. The cylinder, now a tube, goes back on a lathe. The smooth pencil line means the bore is straight and the tube is centered. They trim the outside to reduce it to the right diameter, checking the measurement with the help of calipers. Then it's back onto a lathe for the final profiling. This is where the maker gets to flaunt his artistry, embellishing the tube with ornamentation typical of the Baroque period. From raw wood to this decorative stage, it takes about an hour and a half to cut and shape the recorder's 3 sections: the head joint, the middle joint, and the foot joint. Now they smooth the surface of each joint with fine sandpaper. Then it's back to the technical tasks. Locking the middle and foot joints in a vise, they drill the finger holes, 7 holes down the front and 1 in the back for the thumb. For the recorder to play in tune, they must follow the precise measurements specified in the technical drawing. In the head joint, they cut a flat canal called the windway. It directs the air that's blown into the instrument. Next, they carve out a rectangular window with a sloped opening called the labium. The labium is what regulates the recorder's tone, the sound quality, so its size and angle are critical. The air the musician blows into the mouthpiece travels down the windway and hits the sharp edge of the labium. This creates a whistle effect thanks to a block of wood closing off the top of the instrument. They use cedar because it never rots, despite years of hot air and saliva blowing on it. They complete the head joint by beveling the top. This forms the mouthpiece. Now they glue a thin layer of cork around all the joint ends. This creates a snug fit when the instrument's assembled. After testing the recorder's tone and tuning, making adjustments to the workings if necessary, they stain the wood, then wax and buff it to a shine. Recorders have a 2-octave or 16-note range. They come in about 15 different sizes. The longer and wider the instrument is, the lower its register. The shorter and thinner it is, the higher the sound it produces. A recorder is composed of 3 hollow sections made of a lightweight hardwood, such as boxwood. Crafting one section at a time, they find a portion free of cracks, knots, and other faults, then cut away the surrounding wood using